Hi, my name is Sheila Willis of Impact Tourism, the developer of the History Check mobile app. Welcome to History Bytes, your dose of Alberta Historical Trivia. Brought to you in partnership with Bell Drive Betty Media and the Canadian Motorcycle Tourism Association. You can register to answer the questions for a shot to win prizes, or just take the quiz to satisfy your own brain power. Either way, we're excited to see how much of Alberta's history you really know. And our last question was, the captured buffalo that began Elk Island Park were descended in part from a herd in, is it A, Montana, B, Jasper, or C, Wainwright? And the answer is A, Montana. Morley Young, the author of the article The Buffalo at Elk Island Park, in the winter 1965 edition of the Alberta Historical Review, says his father, who came west in 1879, did not see a buffalo until 1922, when he saw them in Elk Island Park. The buffalo story began one spring day in 1873 in the Sweetgrass Hills of Montana. Walking Coyote, a Kalispel First Nation man, was out hunting and ran into 4 orphan buffalo calves and decided to capture them. Sometime later, he led them to the St. Ignatius Mission on the Flathead Reserve, which is just north of Missoula, Montana. As luck would have it, of the 4 calves, 2 were young bulls and 2 were heifers. In 10 years, those 4 grew to 13. The upkeep of the herd was getting to be a bit much, and Walking Coyote, who was also known as Samuel, decided to sell his herd. A couple of area ranchers, Charles Allard and Michelle Pablo, agreed to pay $250 each for 10 of the buffalo. In 1893, Allard and Pablo purchased another 26 buffalo from a small herd in Omaha, Nebraska. By 1906, the herd was 700 strong. It was from this herd that the Canadian government purchased buffalo for $245 each, freight on board Edmonton. The first 250 buffalo arrived by rail to Wainwright, where a 197 square mile area was being prepared for them, except for it wasn't ready yet. So here's another part of the story. A number of Northwest Mounted Police members had retired and taken up other vocations around the Fort Saskatchewan area. Many of them also liked to hunt, and the Beaver Hills, which was east of the area and south of Lamont, was a hunter's paradise, but it was fast being depleted of its game. A plan was put into place to put aside 16 square miles of the area for a, quote, deer park and game reserve. Part of the purpose was to create an area where some could hunt by driving the animals into a fenced part, but to make the dream come true, one needed to deal with the crowd. Accordingly, a bond to set aside land for the, again, quote, deer park and game reserve was issued on March 28, 1906. By June, a fence had been erected on 3 sides. Well, what an ideal place to unload 250 buffalo that you just bought and have nowhere to put. All it took was the installation of one more fence, and the area came to be known as Elk Island Park. By 1909, the Wainwright Park was ready to go, and the herd was once again rounded up and taken there. There were 350 buffalo by this time at Elk Island. 48 of those eluded capture, and it was those 48 who created the Elk Island herd. And the next question is, which northern place was first deemed the Mecca of the North, and then called the city that never was? Is it A, Mirror Landing, B, Gruard, or C, Dunvegan? Come back for the answer and the story that goes along with it. Then we'll load you up with the next question. Enjoy!